Hello knitters, Faylin from Strands Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And today I have classes and we have new yarn. Stay tuned. Okay, the first class coming up is pumpkins, and that's Sunday, October 1st is Sunday. So it's just, you knit a tube. These can be, I'd say this is a medium size. I've had people make them like this big, and they're very cute. You make a tube, knitting in the round, just knit, 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 and then cinch up the bottom, stuff it, cinch up the top, and then we're wrapping yarn around to make the section. So just wrapping yarn around it. And then you can have, there are multiple ways you can finish off the top. This is one. Cinnamon sticks and ribbon is another one. So there are multiple ways. I talked about all that in my last video. So so go on to the last video. I might go ahead and link the last video down here so you can go check out more information. But you really, any yarn you want, your needle size is going to be like 2 sizes different than the ball band. Or like if it's a worsted weight, you can probably be on a 6. If it's a DK weight, you'll probably be on like a 5 or a 4, just so that it's tight enough fabric so that your stuffing doesn't show. And other than that, anything. You can do this out of anything. And the bigger the yarn, the bigger the needles, the bigger the pumpkin, and so forth. So this is October 1st. And the next class is October 7th, and that is our Pom Pom Gnome, our seasonal Pom Pom Gnome. So there's a witchy one, there's a Thanksgiving one, there's a Christmas one. This is Christmas or Valentine's, and they're seasonal. We like our seasonal gnomes. So this is a big pom-pom you make with the pom-pom makers, super easy. Knit the hat, I-cord the legs, glue on the nose, glue on the hat, sew in the legs, and you have a gnome. So this is a nice, fun, quick little thing. Again, if you make it smaller, it's like really good gifting, or even just big. Can hang it on the tree, you can put it on top of packages, multiple of things you can do with this guy, other than make a scene, you know, Christmas scene with trees. So I was gonna show us a few of those. Trees. So these are some other things that we have over here that probably won't be classes this year. They were classes last year. But so you can knit up trees. So you have trees and little gnomies around the trees. So this has got cabling on it. It's the same cable over and over. You are doing these in the round, so you'll need to know magic loop or 2 circulars or double points. And then this has a bit of fair isle in it. And then just texture. That's just texture. Yeah. So knit some pearls. And then Fair Isle, which this is a really good Fair Isle project, you know, because it's pretty simple. So trees, different size trees, all you do is fold up piece of paper, make a cone out of piece of paper and stick it in there, and that makes it stand. So there's our trees that you can put your gnomes around. So October 14th is the ale hat. This is our ale hat. Isn't it great? That's the top of it. It's so pretty. So this is mosaic knitting, which means you're only carrying one at a time, one yarn at a time, and you're slipping stitches. And so this is the perfect first color work anything, because you're just having to deal with one yarn at a time, not carrying 2 or anything like that. So this is a very good beginning color work. Great hat for anybody. It's fun. The yarn is Saxony, which again is my favorite new yarn. Yeah, you sort of can't. Isn't that a beautiful color? It's like this midnight blue color. My son is getting a hat and scarf out of this because it's so pretty. And this is 75% cashmere. It's so soft. It's so soft. Great for hats, great for scarves, great for mitts, great for anything you can think of. It would be a great sweater too. So yeah, so, and I'm pretty sure this is what, yeah, this is a worsted weight yarn. So Saxony hat is, ale hat, sorry. Saxony yarn ale hat is October 14th. And the last class I'm going to talk about is the Advent Mittens Garland. It could be a garland, it could be a lot of things. So the little mittens. Oh, I picked all red and white ones. You could do all red and white. I have red, white, and green over there. You could do also like red, white, and gray, or white and gray and stuff. So this is, the mitten is ingenious the way she does it. It's very easy. The thumb is the simplest thing ever, so don't be scared of your thumb. And then you just start playing after you've done a couple. I would do the first few solid, and then you can always embellish, like put buttons on them or leave them just plain solid. You can do all of them solid and just leave them like that. That's an option. So, but after you've done your first few, they're gonna be, you've got it down. It's easy, and then you just start to play. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna do a red and white striped one. So I knit two rows of red, 2 rows of white, 2 rows of red, 2 rows of white. So easy. Or this one, I'm gonna put 1 stripe, and I'm gonna do the tip red. And so yeah. So you just play, you make it up as you go. If you do one of these red and white, if you're doing green, you can do another one, red, white and green. So, and I think I did actually a green and red one too, maybe. Maybe, oh yeah, I did. I did a red and green one. So right there, you've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, like 3 different mitts just by doing this. So lots of fun. Again, Advent Garland, and I'll put pictures up here, Advent Garland, where you put the little gifties. And of course, you could make these a little bigger if you wanted. You could double the worsted and be on a bigger needle, so they'd be a little bit bigger mittens if you would like that. Same thing, nothing goes really different, but you just want to make them a little bigger. And or you can make them a little bit smaller by going down needle sizes and yarn size. Like if you go down to DK or sport weight, and then you're on like a 3, they'll be tiny, teeny tiny, which means they'd be maybe really good for tree hanging. They'd be good for gift topping, you know, for tops of the gifts and stuff like that. So those are some ways you can adjust. And again, if you don't want to use them as a garland, trees, I'll put a picture of our tree over here. It's so cute with all the mittens on it. And then, and again, gifts like multiples. So, you know, ornament exchange, multiples. So that's our mitten class and Advent Garden class, and that is on October 15th. Moonshine Bulky in the store. So this is a combination of 60% wool and 30% baby alpaca, so it's really super soft. And this is a bulky. You're knitting it for sweater fabric. You're knitting it on from a 9 to 11. Again, hats, scarves, mitts, cowls, scarf, you know, all that kind of good stuff would be good. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 colors in this, just basic colors. But this is a great yarn. Moonshine's a great yarn. It's one of our favorites here. As I said, it's a staple in this store. But now we have it in bulky. And Harriet Great is back in the store. So this is 100% alpaca. This is as soft as it gets. It's just, and it's very warm. Alpaca is warmer than wool, and it's lighter than wool, but it's actually warmer than wool. So this is I think 9 to 11 also. Yes, okay. 8 to 10. 9 to 11, 8 to 10. And last year I made this hat out of the Harriet Great. And so this hat's a great hat. It's a pretty little lace hat with some shaping in it. Very cool. And there's a little pom-pom. So that's out of the Harriet Great. And this one we have, I think, 4 colors, like a black, a gray, a pink, and I don't know what other colors you got. Maybe a maroon over there. But this is like, we have this in the winter all the time because it's just a lovely, lovely, lovely yarn. Fun to knit with and great to wear. So Harriet Great. So this is baby alpaca. This is striping, but it's also got a lot of color going on in every stripe. So yes, beautiful. We have 10 colors. Now again, this is great for lots of anything you can think of doing, but also like we're gonna try to find a sweater to do with this because we're really excited about this yarn. This kind of coloring in yarn is just really popular right now, and where you've got not only the striping of the yarn, the overall, but then every strand is twisted with different colors. So there's a lot of color going on. You can sort of see there. So stay tuned to see what we decide to do with it, but you can come in and pet it anytime you want and buy it, of course. All right, that's it for today, everybody. And come in and check out the yarn. Come in and get yourself started. And I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.